Welcome to another episode of List Highway.
A very special episode, Joe.
That's right. It's also a crossover episode.
Crossover?
What does that mean?
That means we're also taking the off-ramp to the junkyard.
We're here to do a List Highway, a top 10 on the best movie sequels ever.
But before that, we want to kind of, we're going to go on off the beaten path to the junkyard.
A top 10 worst movie sequels ever.
There are a lot of them.
This was actually harder to compile than the best sequels, actually.
Would you guys say that in the film universe, there's actually way more bad movies than there are good movies?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And sequels, I think we could have come up with 4 competing top 10 shitty sequel lists.
Oh, yeah. I think our master list to begin with was like close to 50-something.
Yeah, it was hard to winnow down.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even do, I think we agreed, we're not going to do Police Academy.
No.
Because they're all shitty sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, movie series where, the bar's already low.
Yeah.
We're not even going to bother with those. Friday the 13th, sorry,
Yeah.
you're not being recognized here.
So in a way, it was harder to do the top 10 worst because
absolutely.
there's so many horrible films.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's dive into it.
Yeah.
Number 10 on our list of the worst sequels is a movie that I just saw today. I've never seen it before.
Loser.
We'll find out who the loser is when I reveal the title. It's Grease 2.
Let's rock and roll. Hey, come on, let's get the show on the road.
You have to start with the music.
Yeah.
The songs are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And everybody knows Grease.
Yes.
Would you? It's just a
Yeah.
pretty well-known movie.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most popular movies of all time.
The first movie was based on a Broadway play, established songs that people knew.
Now, Michelle Pfeiffer, how new was she in her career?
Brand new.
I
She's
think
terrible in
I
this
think
too.
she'd done a few TV parts here or there, but she had nothing. This was her first.
Her first big role.
I think this was a year before Scarface.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And some of the cast that was in Grease
Yeah.
were in this one. We
so,
don't need to mention all of them.
mostly
But,
teachers.
And Frenchie, for some reason, is in
Yeah.
it.
yeah, Frenchie.
We should also mention that TJ Hooker's sidekick partner is in this.
And the funny thing is, in the first movie, the T-Birds actually look kind of tough.
Yeah.
And the second movie, they're more kind of cartoony.
One of the T-Birds is the guy from Yesterday's Enterprise.
Christopher McDonald,
And who was also
Shooter McGavin,
Shooter McGavin.
and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. What I remember about Grease 2 is that it was just really bad dialogue.
Yeah.
Pretty bad acting. Michelle Pfeiffer did her,
Yeah.
she was the pretty face to look at.
Gen Z and certain millennials actually like this version over.
What?
I don't
Why?
know if it's like an irony thing or they just have no taste, but it's like
They must like
there
the
were certain
songs.
like they come with certain songs, but I was like, really?
Well, maybe
Yeah.
the main theme wasn't that if you change for your man, everything will be fine.
I know.
Well, they reverse it.
They reverse it.
Stephanie, don't forget me.
I promise.
I'll give the ladies of
Yeah.
today that.
I would not seek it out.
All right.
Yeah.
So for this one, no.
Yeah.
I would not watch this.
Yeah. It's maybe worth a laugh if you're passing.
I couldn't finish it. I mean,
Yeah.
this, like I said, Grease is no masterpiece, but
Yeah.
at least the music's good.
Number 9.
Number 9 is a movie that killed the superhero franchise just as it was starting in
Yeah.
the 80s.
Yes,
I
indeed.
think it also might have killed Christopher Reeve's career.
Yeah.
It's Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
It was canon.
Yeah, canon. So like the original Supermans were made by Warner Brothers, and
Yeah.
there's a certain level of quality in those movies, and like canon.
The Canon documentary is great.
Yeah, they just greenlit anything.
In Superman 3, we should say it's pretty bad. This is worse.
Yeah.
Because this is also cheap.
What happened? They just had no budget.
Canon's business model, if you could call it that, was they sold the title and then they
Go to con with the poster of whatever the title was
to get investors.
to get investors.
So
And
bad.
they're very much like the producers
I
of
know.
the Mel Brooks
I
film.
know exactly.
So by the time this got into production, they ended up cutting the budget like in over half.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies where I feel embarrassed for Christopher Reeve
Yeah.
while I'm watching it.
Yeah. I feel more embarrassed for Margot Kidder in this
Yeah.
movie.
Margot Kidder. I would say that Superman 3, I would say you could watch, but
Yeah.
Superman 4,
Yeah.
I don't
It's not-
recommend
yeah.
it.
No.
Yeah, it's cheap. It literally is garbage.
It's not so bad, it's funny.
Yeah.
No.
Skip again. Next up for number 8, Arthur 2 on the Rocks.
What can I do, Hobson? I mean, what would you do if you were me?
The word bait comes to mind.
Now, the first thing I'll say that's terrible about this movie is
Yeah.
that it's called Arthur 2
Yeah.
on the Rocks.
Yeah.
The second thing I'll say is that it's a bad idea. There are sometimes where a movie feels like it deserves to be just
Yeah.
the one movie. Arthur was like that. You had a great supporting actor in the first Arthur.
John Gielgud.
Who makes a special ghost appearance in the sequel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was wittier, partly because of the writing of his character, but there was chemistry. I thought Dudley Moore was very funny in the first one. He's not funny in this. Everything falls
And
flat.
also, 70s, he was on fire. And even before that with Peter Cook.
Yep.
I respect him. But culturally, I think in the late 70s and early 80s, you could laugh at a drunk on screen very easily. But like what we know, especially with like Mothers Against Drunk Driving in the 80s,
It changed.
It changed. The
Yeah.
culture changed.
Yeah.
You weren't going to laugh at a drunk.
The
in
laughs
late
dried
80s.
up, literally.
We take drinking problems very seriously around here.
Look, Mrs. Canby.
Did you guys know Kathy Bates was in Arthur 2 on the Rocks?
I did not know.
No,
She plays Mrs. Canby.
Okay.
of course. Right.
Okay.
And I felt bad for other people that were in it. You got who's Seinfeld's dad?
Jerry's dad,
Funny.
Barney something.
Barney. He actually is a former NYPD officer,
really?
I believe.
But just kind of wasted in
Yeah.
this.
But there's nothing worse than an unfunny comedy, and this is that.
I can't say you're going to have a good time watching Arthur 2
Yeah,
on the Rocks.
exactly.
No.
All right, that brings us to number 7, Blues Brothers 2000.
I admit I've not seen this movie all the way through in a movie theater. I've seen it
Nor have
like on TV with commercials,
Me too.
and I didn't make it all the way through.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Belushi's
Yeah.
passed. He passed long ago before this movie.
Yeah.
Who goes to the bathroom for 2.5 hours?
John Goodman.
So
Yeah, the problem with the movie, it just seems like a desperate cash grab, especially coming from Dan Aykroyd.
I remember a little boy's in it too, dancing.
Yeah, there's
with,
a little.
yeah.
It's not Macaulay Culkin, but it looks like it.
and it's not Ray Charles.
James Brown makes an appearance.
right.
Aretha Franklin.
You can appreciate the soul, and you can,
But
you
this-
know, the
I
good
think-
music and the talent.
John Landis's career from the late 80s on up, he was a pariah in Hollywood.
Yes.
Just and like Google the Twilight Zone disaster and the subsequent court case. Most other people would not be working after that. They would be
well, they would because he like broke child labor laws
Yes,
on top of it
exactly.
too.
Dan Aykroyd's never won any kind of award at all, and
Yeah.
there's a reason for that. I think he's best in like Ghostbusters, but
He's a great character actor. He's a great character actor.
He is.
As a lead,
Yeah.
not
Not a
much.
lead.
He's good
Yeah.
he's good in an ensemble.
And the thing is, and that's what worked in the original Blues Brothers. Elwood was mostly the silent one.
He was the straight man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the straight man. And for him to having to be the lead, it felt really
Doesn't
odd.
work.
yeah, it was an obvious money grab.
Yeah.
Plot was weak.
Yeah.
Well, they just recycled the plot from the first movie.
They just recycled the
Yeah.
plot.
Yeah.
So should anybody bother with Blues Brothers 2000?
Skip it.
Skip it.
Not worth it. Watch the first one instead.
All right, that's number 7. Chris, what's number 6?
Number 6 is probably the only movie by Steven Spielberg that will ever be in the junkyard.
Yes.
Good point.
I would agree.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
You're a teacher?
Part-time.
Sorry, indie
Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
I know some of you just love it,
Yeah.
but it's not good.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is just a garbage film.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Lucas, of course.
And the thing
his
is,
fingerprints are all over this.
and the thing is, Temple of Doom, the second one, was kind of a little bit of a step back.
Yes.
A little bit. And then they redeemed themselves
Sean Connery,
in the third one.
third one.
I actually
Ford,
like
there-
Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Raiders.
I know, but
like
it's a
Temple of Doom.
step. It's a
It
step.
is,
It's
yeah.
not a D or an F.
Yeah.
No.
So
Joe, we should add that they end the third one
Yeah.
riding off in the sunset.
Perfect ending.
It's a perfect ending
Yeah.
to a real
yeah,
trilogy. A great
And
trilogy.
then they waited 20 some years.
You know what would be fun?
Yeah.
All getting back
Yeah.
together again.
This
I know.
was all Lucas's
Yeah.
idea too.
Yeah.
I think the plot was weak. I don't like the alien idea.
Spielberg did not want to do the whole aliens thing.
And we've talked about this
Yeah.
before, but Karen Allen just comes across as,
Yeah.
I'm not Marion Ravenwood
Yeah.
anymore. I'm Karen Allen.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be together
Yeah.
again.
He's a good kid, Marion. You should get off his back about school.
But,
Not everybody's cut out for it.
his name is Henry.
Henry, good name.
He's your son.
Why the hell didn't you make him finish school?
Marion was like hard, tough as nails
She was
in the
feisty.
first one. She
Yeah.
wasn't. She's maternal And this one, the son, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my
God! I just like
yeah.
it just
It
awful.
didn't work. It
I
didn't
know.
work.
I did watch this, within the past 3-4 years because
Yeah.
my son discovered Indiana Jones, and so we went through the whole thing. And
What did your son say?
he kind of liked it, but like he was taking it apart like weeks and months after, like you wouldn't survive,
Yeah.
like an atomic blast.
Nuke the Fridge has sort of replaced
Yeah.
Jumping the Shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about the fifth one.
It's better than this.
And it's better than this.
They did redeem.
I think
Yeah.
Dial of Destiny is better than
Yeah.
this.
Do we skip it or do we seek it out?
I would skip it. It's always on rotation with the other Indiana Jones films.
but I
skip it.
I would maybe seek it out.
I'm on the fence.
Yeah,
I-
there's some funny things in it.
Ultimately, it just doesn't.
And you won't appreciate that South Park episode
True.
until you've seen,
Until you've seen it.
the movie.
Yeah.
What's number 5?
Exorcist 2, The Heretic.
What's the matter with you?
I was possessed by a demon. Oh, it's okay. He's gone.
We went into deep discussion about how bad this movie is
Yeah.
in our Halloween junkyard from last year.
We won't go into how bad the plot is and how bad the acting is and how bad the dialogue
Yeah,
is.
that should be on the list, but I don't buy that it's a complete like turkey.
You like an aspect.
I
of it.
think like
Yeah.
cinematography. This is probably such a beautiful film, and like
You like John Borman.
yeah, I like John Borman. I think what he was going for, instead of like going back to the evil yet again,
Yeah.
why don't we seek out the good? I think that was kind of interesting concept. Was probably lost
Mhm.
in some of the from
Yeah, it
the
gets
original-
muddled.
The lady
yeah.
who's in Brainstorm.
Louise Fletcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of wasted.
She's really bad in this.
Yeah, Linda Blair's in the movie, but they show the girl
Who's not played by Linda Blair.
who's not played by Linda Blair. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, like, if you like The Exorcist, I would say this is worth a watch
Yeah.
because it is so bad. It's actually so
Yes.
bad, it's entertaining.
I agree. This isn't it's so bad. It's funny. Check it out.
It's-
But also maybe how some cinematographers, when they will approach a film, they will watch it with the sound off. I would maybe watch it with the sound off, with like some really interesting music behind you.
Yeah.
And that would probably be the best way to approach it.
One day we should do Zardoz.
Yeah.
The gun is good. The gun is good. The penis is evil.
Well, let's head into number 4. It is Staying Alive.
Saturday Night Fever was a massive hit in 1977.
Huge hit.
No one remembers that it had a sequel.
Yeah, and if you're going to have anyone
Yeah.
direct the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, you're going to think of Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Did he direct anything else besides this?
He directed one of the Rockies.
The leading lady in the movie, the only things I know her in are General Hospital and Staying Alive.
I don't even know her from General Hospital.
Don't ask
do
me
know
why I
she-
know. Why do I know General Hospital? All right, I'll tell you the quick story. I was in college and I was in between classes. I had nothing to fucking do but eat and watch TV. And
So you
so
watched General Hospital?
General Hospital was on in Highway to Heaven.
Okay.
Oh, God. I think I would have gone
And
outside.
you became quite a fan of Highway to Heaven, if I recall.
This is a dance or a bloody circus!
The plot is also very much he wants to make it,
Yeah.
but she's the snobby.
Yeah. There's a good girl dancer
Yeah.
that's blonde that's kind of in the shadows.
Yes, absolutely. She was in Running Scared
Yes.
with Billy Crystal.
But I don't, yeah.
the only thing I'll add to this is that he's the extra. There's some complex
Yeah.
dance moves. The guy's not cutting it.
Yeah.
He thinks I think I can do it.
Yeah.
And he does it, of course. He
Yeah.
gets it
And the show they're making is fucking
Horrible!
heart
I know,
shit, that
I know.
shit crazy show.
so bad.
Jump, damn it, jump! Come on!
Cameo from the mom in Saturday Night Fever. She's in the audience.
Yeah. There is a cameo, I think, you recall, in the opening credits where Tony Manero is kind of walking
Doing
through
his walk.
doing
His
his
strut.
strut through Manhattan, and he sees Stallone,
The director.
the director, but he's like, oh, there's two Italian stallions like walking.
The music is terrible.
Yeah.
The play is ridiculous.
So should anybody check this out?
No.
Yes. This movie is worth checking out to make fun of it. I think it's funny.
Okay.
I think it's funny.
But it's got terrible music, just like Grease 2.
Yeah. Did Frank Stallone do the montage song in Scarface? Going straight to the top.
I don't think that's
Okay.
Frank Stallone.
No.
All right. Well, same type of bad shitty song is in this. Yeah.
Interesting, though, that we have 2 movies on our worst list that are sequels to John Travolta films.
Yep.
That is a good, interesting one.
Number 3 on the list was already put in the junkyard. Joe, what movie am I talking about?
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
It is a deep down the road sequel, as sequels go.
It's 2.5 hours of just fucking nonsense.
It's fan service, but pretty an embarrassing level of fan service.
And it's a kind of an overcorrection to the reaction, overreaction to what Rian Johnson did.
The Last Jedi.
I think like when Lucasfilms were sold to Disney, to a lot of fans, like, oh wait, they're not going to be so rigid about like stories.
The people were hating on Lucas.
Well, they were hating on Lucas for so many years. So but at the same time, Disney was this massive corporation. So we were unsure, like, would they actually be able to go in new storylines, new actual character, like, and more emotional depth?
And the answer to that was no.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything new.
In the backlash, I guess, the hero, Luke Skywalker, sort of rejecting the world of like the Force and the Jedis in general, and it didn't sit well with some fans.
Yeah.
So let's correct it by first of all kissing the fans' asses for 2 hours plus,
and then minimizing any kind of person of color, person of color,
completely sidebar.
They're sidebar, which is like, I think whatever the fanboys were yelling about, the racist stuff they were yelling about the Last Jedi.
Disney caved.
I think Disney caved in a lot of ways.
it was like the personification of ADHD on cocaine.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh my God, look at this! Isn't this great? It's Chewbacca, with Lando, and then look,
it's not a movie or a story.
And after 50 fan service things happening, they still have time to go, Chewbacca, guess what I have in this box?
It's taken
30
30
years.
years.
Metal you didn't get in the first Star Wars.
I don't know why that woman has it. But,
That's a story for another time.
So, but anyway, check out the Junkyard. It's a deeper dive on.
Check out that, but don't check out Rise of Skywalker.
All right, so Chris, what's number 2?
Number 2 is, talk about a bad sequel, an unfunny sequel, Caddyshack 2.
If I pull the arrow out, will you please suck out the poison for me?
Let me get this straight. You pull it out, I suck.
A terrible sequel to one of the funniest films ever made.
The first movie from 1980 is a great movie, but in a lot of ways it is very much a shambles in some ways. They're like kind of merging very different forms of comedy. You've got kind of like very kind of one-liners of Rodney Dangerfield with like sitcom, Ted Knight, the improv of Bill Murray, Chevy Chase.
Again, magic, chemistry.
I know they're
first one had it.
And so from what I understand is like Harold Ramis was being hounded by Rodney Dangerfield for like 4 years to write the sequel.
So why wasn't Rodney in it?
Yeah, why wasn't Rodney in it?
Apparently he chose to do another movie at the last minute. The original Caddyshack was scripted, but there was a lot of riffing. And so he was like thinking that Rodney would be able to riff in whatever scene about whatever the topic.
So the main star,
Jackie Mason.
Yeah, Jackie Mason.
He replaces Rodney.
Yeah. And his rhythm, it's very kind of punchy lines. It's not riffing,
Very Borscht Belt.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know why you're so impressed with these Fanzanoons anyway.
What's a Fanzanoon?
A Fanzanoon is a guy who farts in the bathtub and bites the bubbles.
And I don't think there's anyone more unfunny in this movie than Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. As I was saying earlier, I have problems with Dan Aykroyd, pulling it off sometimes.
He is painfully unfunny in this movie.
Yeah. I can't really get through this one.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Ted Knight died at this point. That's why he's not in it.
I think he did die. He did die.
So he survived a bullet by dying.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yeah.
In a comedy full of heavy hitters,
Yeah.
Ted Knight fucking steals that film.
Yeah. There's a lot of comedies in the worst.
Unfortunately, a lot of forced sequels are comedies. And a lot of times it's improv, and the improv just happens to fall flat. Anchorman 2 comes to mind as it's not on this list, but easily could have been.
But usually they just recycle the same material, same jokes.
That's unfortunate, but you're right.
Austin Powers is the perfect example of this.
We will say skip Caddyshack 2.
Don't waste your time.
I think there's nothing worse than an unfunny comedy.
Although, who knows, there might be some Gen Z kid making memes out of Caddyshack 2 as we speak.
Hey, if you like 80s comedies, go see Caddyshack. This brings us, I can't believe this. This brings us to number 1. The number 1 worst sequel ever is Jaws 4, The Revenge.
It came for him.
What?
It waited all this time and it came for him.
This is the worst sequel of all time to what I think is the greatest film of all time.
Agreed. One of the greatest films of all time. Here's the thing. Jaws 2 was not a great sequel, but it made its money.
Yeah.
It was more of the same.
It was more of the same.
Yeah.
Now, they did a Jaws 3. It was Jaws 3D.
Yeah.
Folks, once upon a time, 3D was very exciting.
And then they tried to bring it back in the year of 1982. Parasite was another 3D.
And
horror.
Friday the 13th 3D.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what makes this the worst sequel.
If you go back to watch our review of Jaws, second look at Jaws from last year for its 50th anniversary,
Yep.
I basically said this is a perfect film that does not need sequels.
Yeah.
It's a one-time perfect story and perfect film.
So that was an era where sequels became something you do if you're making money. The plot is what's so bad, is what we're all saying here. First of all, Roy Scheider's character supposedly dies off camera.
I think it's a heart attack.
Always show,
Don't
tell.
Yeah.
She's a grieving widow when the film starts. Sean, the youngest, gets killed.
Yeah,
Gets
that's
eaten
right.
by the shark.
Yeah.
So she's depressed and she goes down to the other Brody son who's doing research in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Shouldn't she want revenge on the shark for
She should,
killing the
yes.
youngest?
Yes, and I think
Wouldn't that make more sense that she's getting revenge?
I know, you would think.
So a plot could have been, and still bad plot, by the way, her seeking revenge on the shark right there.
I know,
Right in that town.
that would have made more sense.
Yes. But it's the shark.
I know.
The shark gets revenge
The shark still wants more revenge
And then she
on the Brody family.
on the Brody family.
in the Bahamas, thousands of miles from
So-
New England.
So picture a shark underwater with a checklist going, all right, I got him, I've got the son,
the mom's next.
but the mom is next. And if she goes somewhere else,
Yeah.
I'm following her.
We have to address the dumbest part of the film. The first shark died in the first movie.
Yes.
So who's seeking revenge? Is this a relative of the first shark? Perhaps the son of Jaws. We'll never know.
Well, Todd, if J.J. Abrams taught us anything, clearly that's a story for another time.
He's a genius.
Come and get me, you son of a bitch.
How did she get to the Bahamas?
I think she just takes a plane.
Because if she started out in a car, right,
Yeah.
for a long portion of the trip, and occasionally you saw the shark swimming going,
Swimming like 85 miles
throw
an
her
hour.
out of the car.
I know, that would be awesome.
Well, at one point she would have to have taken a plane from Florida to the Bahamas.
It's so stupid. So the very intelligent shark apparently knows how to get there, but also telepathy knows that that's where she's
That's
going.
right, yeah. You know, just when you think the movie couldn't get any dumber,
Yeah.
the very end when she rams the shark with like the mast of
Yeah.
the boat, for some reason the ADR a lion's roar.
He's gonna hit us! Hold on! Hold on!
Smile, you son of a...
It's really stupid and funny. The mechanical shark in Jaws: The Revenge looks way faker than in any of the previous films, including Jaws 3D.
So Michael Caine
think he gets towards-
famously said, like, I'd never seen Jaws 4.
Great quote.
But I like the house that it built. This production dragged so long, he could not go to Hollywood to accept the statue
Oh, right.
for Hannah and his sisters. His kind of finest hour, he was stuck in the Bahamas because they had technical issues.
I think it does belong in the number
think-
one spot.
I think it is the worst sequel because it's such a contrast to what I think, like I said, the greatest film of all time.
No. Hey, but Michael Caine's house, I hear that's
Good for
pretty
him.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was only 15 years old.
He was supposed to blow the bloody dolls off. So that is our visit to the junkyard of the 10 worst sequels of all time.
They are terrible.
Yeah, they're awful.
When do you say we get back on the list highway?
I think that's great.
Yeah, we need a palate cleanse.
Now we embark on the best, the greatest sequels ever.